Hi there and welcome to yet another Django streaming session. I'm trying to build a social application that has all the elements, let's say, of a regular social platform like following, liking images, and having a feed. If you are interested in this, if you want to see how I'm building it, continue watching this video, or if you want, take a look at the whole series. Let us start back in our social project. Just a reminder from my side, I'm not an expert in backend. As a matter of fact, I'm learning most of these things as I go. So for me, it's also an interesting way to see and test myself on how much previously unknown information can I acquire and remember. And of course, how fast can I adapt to writing backend code? Because when it comes to complex working environments, sometimes you need to learn the concepts before learning the syntax or the way something is formed. So here we are continuing with our project. Here in this line of code where we are pulling our feed, we're going to update this line of code with a method called select related. So I'm going to pull it out, select related. So what am I putting here? A user and a user profile with 2 underscores. I have no idea why. And I'm getting the first 10 elements. By the way, how I function when doing streams like this is that I write down on my tablet all the points that I want to research further or the questions I have. So after finishing a subchapter, I might turn to the tablet itself and maybe go through these processes together with you. Because, for example, I have no idea what select related does, but I will after finishing the subchapter. So here it says you use user profile to join the profile table in a single SQL query. I assume this merges two tables together. No idea. Ooh, there's another interesting method, and we will add it here after select related. It's gonna be called prefetch related target. Now this whole line is becoming more and more complex. I'm guessing it just pulls the action in a more cryptic way. Oh yeah. Let me just run the environment, yeah. Because now I have what I did, I installed a formatter in my environment. So now I had to run the environment, but my formatter is working now because it was giving me a lot of headaches, especially in templates who are still not properly indented. I'm gonna show them later. Let me continue. So this query is now optimized for retrieving the user actions, including related objects. Now let's create a template to display a particular action object. Inside actions, let's create a new folder and we are gonna name it templates. One thing I don't like about Django is the fact that it relies too much on pre-configurations and hacks, not hacks in a sense, but predefined ways of doing something. For example, we need to have a folder titled templates here in order for Django to recognize, okay, HTML is stored here. Actions, another, wait, is this a file? Is this a file or a, it's a file. Or can I create another one? No, this is a file. Delete. Account. No, it's not account, it's actions. Templates, new folder. Actions, inside actions, new folder. Action, inside action, new file, detail.html. Let's add some code here. I'm gonna see you at the end of the tunnel after I indent and type this. And here it is. So let me try to decipher what we are doing here. We are loading the thumbnail app. It's creating an image with action user. We are getting the user from the action, and we're getting the profile from the user profile. If there's a photo, we are displaying it. This is the absolute URL, the canonical URL that will navigate to an individual user. And if, all right, this is not properly indented. Okay, I hope now it's okay. So if there's an image on the target, again, we create a thumbnail. Okay. Let us now open account, templates. There should be a dashboard file here. There it is. And we need to append some code to the bottom of the content block. So this is the content. This is the end block. I need to indent this a bit. Again, my fault for not doing this earlier. H2. How it goes. H2. I'm gonna create a div called action. I hate this. Div. It's gonna have an ID of action list. And then here for action in actions. Do I have actions here somewhere? I should also probably add actions here as well, but let's see what's happening now. Include actions, action, detail, HTML. Okay. Let's. Yeah, I'm too lazy to fix this indentation issues, even though they probably take the majority of my time fixing them. And I won't fix them until the end of this series. I don't care. Now, let us run our app. Source Mayan bin activate cd social run server. If I open this, there's nothing here because we haven't put any. This is also one thing that I should fix, but I'm too lazy. So let me go to /account. This should be the dashboard. This should be the dashboard, but nothing is here. Why? For action in actions. Maybe now. Do I have an error anywhere? I don't care about Favik. What? Dashboard.html. What the hell? Dashboard.html. I should have actions here by default. Unless I don't have any. Blah. Actually, I should have because here I should have the text how it goes. Yeah, there's no text. Wait, maybe this needs to be inside the block. If this was supposed to be inside the block the whole time. How it goes. Oh god. I don't have any actions. So if I like an image, where are you? I can see the images. Do I have a route for images? I should have a route for images. Image. Yeah, I should have a route for images. All right. So let me try to fix this on my own. I'm actually following a book, a really good book for beginners, in my opinion. It's called Django 3 by example, by build powerful and reliable applications. So take a look at it if you have time. But this is something that I skipped, and I would like to fix it now. List Ajax. My dashboard. My dashboard. Dash. Ah, it's uppercase. My dashboard. So this href needs to represent something else. URL dashboard. Wait, where are you? Views. Do I even have a URL for images? URLs. Ah, I have, so it's just images. URL images. Let's see if this will work. Wait, I need to reload it. Reverse for images not found. Reverse for images not found. And why? What have I fucked here? Ah. Nah, so it doesn't even let me comment this out. And let's try again. Images. So these are the images. And I need to provide here a URL for them. Dashboard. What about people? Count users. Okay, so maybe here. But here's the images spot. Why? URL images. Why won't you work? Why is this not working. User list. Let me go back here. Wait. Django URL exceptions, no reverse match. There is not a URL pattern named images. So I need, and understand, even though this works, I need to define a name for that route if I want to use images in my templates. So here, if I go to URLs, and where's my URL here? Here it is. I have it. The namespace is called images, and the path is called the list. So if I do this, no, if I do this, it should work. Just like that. If I enter Django and Duke, if I like it, if I go back and enter Vinti, wait. I first I need to follow someone. How many people are there? Completely new user. Completely new user, I'm following you. And now if I log out, completely new user. If I use the same password that I use, okay. And now the completely new user is gonna follow people. Big boss, why can't you follow me? These are my images. So I can follow him or me. And then I can log in. I must be kidding. I can log in and now I can maybe like an image like this one. And now if I log out and I go back to the completely new user. Oh, I did it more complex than it should be. But what? Is something broken? I should see a feed of something happening here. How it goes. How it goes. Yeah, this started. This was going bad from the beginning. How it goes. Action and actions list. Okay, I like this because now I can debug this issue. I'm not gonna lie, my video on machine learning went better than this one. These are the things where I just come across a problem and there's not an issue, there's not an error telling me what to do. What should happen is we should have, can I follow some couple of people? Follow Big Boss. I'm already following. I'm gonna follow you again. And now if I go to the completely new user, yeah, that doesn't work. Let's try printing our actions. Where's my feed? Let me close everything else. This is the first step of our print actions. This is the first step of my debugging process. The print won't be here, it will be here. Let's do print test. So I'm sure I'm hitting the right. Do I even see the test? What? What? How? Is the feed even connected to anything? Feed. Ah, it's not. So that's the most probable cause. I need to create a URL path in my URL patterns for the feed. Okay, path. I won't have a path. I will have feed. This should be feed. Took me some time, but dashboard. No, this doesn't work. No, it's feed. Account feed. It doesn't work. Why? Ah, feed. I need to remove the path from here. Maybe that's the reason, or one of the reasons. I'm just trying shit out until something just works. Account feed. Wait, maybe I need to rebuild my app. It still doesn't work. It's maybe account. Just account. It doesn't work. Why? Do you even hit the test? No. Hmm. Oh no. Oh no. Is it dashboard HTML? If this is the issue, if this is the solution, I'll wait. First things first, I need to dashboard HTML. Should this be below end block? What is the end block doing? It has the content. Should this be here? Should this be here? And let's reload this. No. Okay, now it's missing completely. Now it's missing completely because it needs to be inside this block. Wow. Why is this happening? Why is this happening? Actions, action detail. Where is the action? Actions, action detail. What? So I assume that my feed isn't being called at all. Count dashboard. Why? Nothing. Still nothing. Let me try to visit this manually. Dashboard. No, not dashboard. 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 Okay. So this is the dashboard. So I had to create a completely new route, it seems, for some reason. I mean, it worked in the end. I only lost 30 minutes. Big Boss likes is following Big Boss action. This happened was probably before I created the routes, the names for my actions. So that's why it says Big Boss action in these on Wikipedia. Okay, this worked. This worked with only 30 minutes of time being lost. So let me quickly go through some other concepts. For example, signals. Django has a signal dispatcher. It allows receiver functions, whatever receiver functions are, to get notified when certain actions occur. So when something happens, we're gonna have some receiver functions. So these are similar to notifications, I assume. When something happens, we get a signal in another piece of an application. So there are several signals available. We have pre-save, we have post-save, are sent before or after calling the save method of a model. Okay. So you're gonna get a notification before saving it or after saving it. We also have pre-delete and post-delete are sent before or after calling the delete method. And there's another one called many-to-many changed. And there are more. This is just a small subset of them. Okay, let us go back to the code. Let me close all of this. Let me remove my search terms. I don't want anyone to see my shame. So there is something in the book and I need to share my tablet for this. Apologies. Done. These are the questions that I asked myself. Okay, so let's say we want to retrieve images by popularity. Images by popularity. So we can use the Django aggregation functions to retrieve images ordered by the number of users who like them. So how can we do this? So I can say images are equal to, this is the image object all, or maybe annotate first. So what can I do? Total likes, and I'm counting how many users like this, and I order by total likes. So I can do this, like I can solve this using this train of thought, but ordering images by counting their total likes is expensive in terms of performance than ordering them by a field that stores total counts. And I can add that field in the image model, so I can denormalize the total number of likes to boost performance in queries. But we need to keep the field updated as well. Let me open the let me open the models.py of the images application. And there's the image model. I'm gonna add here somewhere total likes. It's gonna be a models positive integer field. Indexing will be true, default 0. This is the new field that we created. We will store a total count of users who liked each image. Oh, have I closed? No, I didn't close this. Apologies. This is what I wanted to add. The total likes property to the image model. Let's do a couple of steps here. Python, manage py, make migrations, images. Python, manage py, migrate images. Now we also migrated and updated the database. And now we need to attach something called the receiver function to the signal. Let me go back to our images directory. I'm gonna add a new file. I'm gonna call it signals py. And I'm gonna add some code to it. So here it is. I have a weird new annotation, a new decorator here. So this decorator signals that a function is a receiver function. And here I have the signal. It's a signal of many to many property has been changed. So now I need to connect my receiver. So this is my receiver to a signal so that it gets called every time the signal is sent. We can register our signals by importing them in the ready method of our configuration class. Okay, now let's talk about configuration classes. Wow. This went hard. Okay, so inside images, we have this apps file that we haven't opened often. Basically, this is the configuration class. What this does is basically allows us to store certain data and some configuration values of this whole app. So in order to register a signal here, I just need to add a new method, ready self import images signals. So they are imported when the images application is loaded. And now if I come back, if I run the server, if I go back to my app, I find an image, the image of my favorite actor, Vin Diesel, and I like it. So this is the image number 3. And now if I go to admin, I should log in as myself because I have all the power here now. If I go to images and if I look at number, what's the ID 3? Is this one? Yeah. And this is the list of all the users who like this. And yet I only have 2 here. Why? I think it's okay also in the book. In the book it's the same thing. They are not the values of users like and total likes are not the same. Okay, that's it. I'm not interested in these concepts because now I'm gonna do something that I worked with a lot in my professional career. A lot of projects that I worked on used this, I don't know how to say, feature project, and it's called Redis. I know what Redis is. It's a really fast key value database. That's it. It's really fast. Input output, I think it's almost instantaneous. I mean, from the perspective of humans. The thing is that Redis stores everything in memory, but we can persist the data by dumping and storing the disk every once in a while. Redis has a lot of useful things, really versatile, a lot of powerful commands. So, and it's especially good to use it with rapidly changing data. We can use SQL. SQL is always there. It's persistent. It can store a lot of data, but Redis shines when we need a quick cache, when we need to pull something that is changing fast, like WebSockets or stuff like that. So let's install Redis. I think this is gonna be really interesting. I think I have Redis. Command Redis not found. Command pedis. Do I have Redis? I don't have Redis here. Okay. Nothing that sudo apt install can't fix. Let me come back here. Sudo apt install Redis. I think it's Redis server. Oh, so that's it. And let's enable it. Sudo system control enable. Is it Redis or Redis server? Redis. So it's Redis server. Sudo system control start Redis. Okay. It's running Redis CLI ping. Pong. He's alive. Redis CLI works. Amazing. Can I exit? Yes. Redis CLI. So let me give you a quick. Let me exit this. Clear. Let me give you a quick overview of how I was using it. I was never using it directly from the terminal, but you can basically set key and the value, and I can get this key. I can also check whether a key exists. I think it's exists. So yeah. And there's a lot of other commands that I won't get into it right now because I need to install Redis on my project. And now let's integrate Redis into our project. If I go to settings.py, if I go all the way, wait. If I go all the way down, if I add Reddit host, localhost, Redis port 6379, Redis DB 0, which are the default settings for the Redis server and the database. And now we can find a way to store the total number of times an image has been viewed. Let me first open the views of the images application. Opening images, views. And here I need to connect to Redis after the imports. So I'm also gonna go, because I need, in order to use Redis, I need to import it. And do I have settings here from Django conf import settings? I didn't have settings, all right. And this is the command for Redis connections. Here it's underscore settings. Okay. So we established the Redis connection in order to use it in our views. And now, now let's go to image detail. And I can add total views, R, increment, image ID, views. And I can also now here provide the total views property. What? Total views property. Total views. What the increment command does, it increments the value of a given key by 1. If it doesn't exist, then an increment command creates it. And we build the Redis key using image slash, I don't know, whatever ID it is. Let's say 5 image. It's not slash, it's colon. What is this called? What is this called? A colon. Okay, so it's image colon image ID views. And if I now go to details.html inside images, And where is the count? So let's say here, I say total views, view, total views, pluralize. I save it. I go back to my code and I can't run this because I need to run this command again. Redis port or post? Redis post. It needs to be port. An honest mistake. Anyone could. Where are the images? Admin account images, or is it only images? It's only images. One view, one like. Okay. This is cool. There's also something else. Reddit's related, but I'm gonna skip it. And with this, we finish this chapter, which I'm really proud of. So see you in the next episode. Vin Diesel says bye, I say bye. See you, bye bye.